Wow, that was a fun conversation with Jay Kapoor, who is the principal at Launch Capital, but the host of The Game Plan, a new podcast talking about athletes, investing, entrepreneurship, and all of those types of stories. What I really liked is the last thing he said, if you guys caught it, is that really what the Game Plan podcast is about is people in moments of transition, right? We have athletes, these gods among men, that at the end of the day have to make decisions just like you and I. And these types of stories are always intriguing. And I hope that the stories that I bring into you guys in video format are just as intriguing. But I really appreciate the fact that Jay said that the message has to fit the medium, in that the medium has to reflect that message. And they chose podcasting as a mechanism for these types of stories. And I think it makes a lot of sense. I would say though, and I didn't bring it up, but I would say that in a mobile first, video first world, I wonder, would Jay and the podcast or the show experience, would it be diminished if we were able to see them in person, in video? I might be on the other side of this wall here. I believe that video is king, so I'm going to stick there. But I'm really excited that he's doing this. I've never heard of a podcast like this, and so getting these types of stories, it's going to be, well, I'm a subscriber. Let's just put it that way. I really appreciated his story. And one of the things that I wanted to get into is his immigrant history. If we go back to December 1st, 2018, he wrote a really just beautiful blog entry titled Remembering Payal Kapoor, his mom, who recently passed. And he talked about her story, her journey of being an awesome mom, a supportive mom, being an immigrant mom, and all the struggles that go along with that. And I really appreciated his candor and his transparency in talking about that. And it shows me in many ways, and I was prepared for this, but it showed me that his willingness to be transparent, to be candid about his feelings, about what's going on. And as expected, he was really transparent and candid about what he's doing with the podcast. And I really appreciate that. That is one of those things that it's hard to find. It's hard to find people who are willing to write and discuss tough life transitions. So it makes a lot of sense. I hope you gleaned a lot of great information from this interview with Jay Kapoor. I mean, he's a New Jerseyan like me. What can I say? I wasn't born there, but he was raised in Jersey just like me. So, West Windsor, Plainsboro, Princeton Junction, guys. Exit 8A. That's where we're coming from here. I really appreciated the fact that he talked about this whole idea, this burgeoning market of athlete investors. Now, I've seen this in the past. Now, I'm not deep in the VC venture capital conference world, but I've been to a couple. And what is really interesting is that there is a burgeoning market for these individuals, for these athletes who are in transition, retiring and trying to figure out the next phase of life. And investing, entrepreneurship, companies, man, it's an exciting place to be. And so I really do wonder, and I'm going to leave this as a last idea on this retrospective here. I really do wonder if we're going to end up seeing Jay Kapoor in the future with his own venture capital fund focus solely on all of these individuals, right? Because he's going to be creating a backlog of all these athletes that he's going to be meeting. It would make sense that with all that leverage, that in the future, he might be in a really great spot to service these athletes in the future. Am I going to call it? Jay Kapoor, the Game Plan Venture Capital Fund? Maybe. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this conversation just as much as I did. It was great, and I look forward to listening to his podcast, and I look forward to the progress of Jay Kapoor and the Game Plan podcast, guys. If you want more information and the field notes of our interview, make sure that you find your way over to vchunting.com/Jay Kapoor. Guys, it's great to be in a position where I, like Jay, are interviewing really fun venture capitalists. Unlike him, he's already a venture capitalist. I am not, and so I'm still on my journey to be one. I'm glad that you guys are here. Stick around. We have even more great interviews coming up every weekend. Thanks, and we'll see you guys next time.